The first playoff game between Lakers and Minnesota is happening this week. Let's break down the Lakers' defense in detail so you'll know exactly what to expect. In the first possession, Hayes sets a poor screen and Austin cannot shake his defender. He gives it back to Hayes, who sets another pick. This time it works, and Mike loses Reeves. Luka drives to the rim, collapsing the defense, while Naz Reid runs to cut out the passing lane to Rui. That leaves Hayes completely alone, and here is what happened. Next play, Jackson sets a screen for Luka, but the defense reacts quickly, so he slips out to create space. Luka drives in easily, and look how far away Clark is. This is one of Minnesota's biggest defensive issues. Jackson and Luka run another pick and roll. Dončić kicks it to Austin, who drives inside, and Clark loses track of Luka again. But screens are not very effective against Minnesota. They handle them easily, making them almost useless. Sure, Luka gets inside, but why pass it out? Well, at least they scored, so there's that. Edwards, though, struggles against screens. Austin sets one to free up LeBron.
Playing some good basketball. The other day, third game of the season, scoring 20+.
Minnesota may rank 6th in overall defense, but Edwards and Rob have little to do with that. LeBron waltzes into the paint with zero resistance. Rui gets the ball in the corner, mismatch with Conley. It's a clear one-on-one, but Naz Reid is already waiting under the rim. Hayes sets a brilliant screen for Jaden, and Godwin drills the three. And check out how he taunts the Wolves bench after the shot. Luka cuts through the paint, dragging every defender he sees with him. And Anthony loses track of Knecht. Dončić makes him remember real quick. Gabe sets the screen for LeBron, but the defense cuts him off. James kicks it to the corner, and the ball ends up with Luka. But what is that? Everyone just standing around doing nothing. And here's the result.
Dončić, of course, they played together for many years in Dallas with 3, with 2, long distance.
As I said earlier, the Lakers figure out how to attack Minnesota's defense. Just look at the defenders' faces. They're clearly stunned. And Vanderbilt walks right into the paint for an easy finish. Luka sets a screen for Austin and completely pulls the defense attention towards himself. That gives Reeves a clear path to the basket. Here, a highlight moment. Check out this incredible pass. Austin sacrifices his body and grabs 2 more points for the Lakers. This one of the Lakers' favorite plays. A fake screen followed by a quick cut to the basket. LeBron dishes it and Austin already under the rim. Alexander Walker loses Smith, and he's definitely going to regret that. Minnesota's defense is solid, but Edwards is a different case. He badly navigates the screen, giving Austin extra space as defenders try to switch. Now, one of the key moments of the game. Anthony clearly shoves Gabe, and Gabe's foot clips him. Edwards starts arguing with the refs, and sure, he's the leader, but he's young and talks too much at the wrong time. Look at him, shocked and disappointed. Maybe this will be a learning moment. He leaves the court and doesn't return, which seriously impacts Minnesota's defense. And we're about to see how. Hayes and Luka run a high pick and roll. The Wolves are doing a better job defending screens now, but Luka suddenly stops. His defender stumbles and Zorro finishes the play. Even though Minnesota has strong lateral speed, when attackers stop abruptly, the defense often leaves players wide open. The Lakers' offense stalls again, no movement. So the king goes solo and scores on a putback. If Gobert were there, this probably wouldn't have happened. Same story. Everyone's standing around, but LeBron doesn't have time to chill, so he does it all himself. Godwin sets a screen for Hayes, then clears to the weak side. Jackson and Austin sets a double screen for LeBron. The defense loses Hayes, but LeBron finds him. Not the most beautiful tactic, but it works. Wolves cannot stop Hayes, so they resort to the hard fall. While Hayes takes a breather, Gabe sets a screen for Luka, and a mismatch. Dončić drives, draws all the defenders. Great ball movement by the Lakers. But Austin, seriously? There were 9 seconds left. Luka was open. Why shoot over 2 defenders? Time to make it up. Dorian sets a screen for Austin and takes his defender with him. Mismatch. Luka clears the floor. Time for Austin to go one-on-one. Reeves makes a slick drives, pulled Dante out, dishes it to Jared, but why the fake? By the time Vanderbilt fakes, Nas recovers and contests the shot. Another example of how the Lakers struggle against Minnesota's defense. After Austin sets the screen, the Wolves rotate quickly. LeBron runs from the arc to the paint, switches through the 3 defenders, and finally gets the ball in the post. He tries to beat Reid one-on-one, but Reid's quicker than the king. Time is nearly gone, but this is where Luka steps in. Everyone is stunned. The bench is going crazy. Emotions are off the charts. Even Luka's dad doesn't know how to react. And Luka himself looks like he's thinking, I have no idea how I did that. Here's a great example of how to break Minnesota's D. If Reid stays at the arc after a screen, there is no rim protection. Shannon tries to help, but ends up committing the fall. Time's running out. Minnesota tightens up and traps Luka. He finds an open man, Reeves cuts under the basket and pulls Shannon with him. But the king misses. In the end, you can say the Lakers adjusted quickly to the Wolves' defense, but the absence of Gobert is painfully obvious. Without Rudy, this looks like a 4-0 sweep coming from Minnesota. If you like this video, drop a like. It's easy for you and means a lot to us. If not, tell us what you think. We'll be happy to reply and improve. See you next time.